Hi, I'm Tony Hingham. I'm editor of Border Security Report magazine and a director of the World Border Security Congress. Today I'm talking to Andy Smith, who is the Director of Government and Industry Relations at Border Management at SITA. Hi Andy, how are you?
Hi Tony, very well, thank you.
Good. Now I've asked Andy along today to explain entry-exit systems to us. They've been rolled out all over the world, and I thought he's the perfect expert to explain them to us. Andy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Tony. I'll certainly try. Really, if you think about the entry-exit systems that are in use, they're actually the last line of defense for border authorities when somebody wants to come into the country. It's at that point that border officials, border officers are checking the information they've already had about travellers against a physical person who is presenting at the border. Everything else before has been data, has been related to the documents, but that physical intervention, the entry-exit system, is when that border officer can eyeball somebody, determine their intent, check the information, and ultimately allow them into the country. Now, this has been done for decades, hundreds of years, that final check. What we've seen recently is huge advances in the technology that's available to those officers and also available to the travellers ahead of the journey starting to make it easier for everybody, to make it easier for them as travellers and to make it easier for the border officials. Some of this started in the US. They did a lot with biometrics. It caused a lot of problems, actually, capturing those biometrics at the primary line where the entry-exit system was. That administration of capturing 10 fingerprints and face and the information from the travel documents took a lot of time. What the US started to do, and others have followed suit, is take that administrative burden away from the officers and have the biometrics captured at kiosks. That actually led to a 400% improvement in throughput at the US borders. And that technology has expanded and grown forward. So now what we're seeing is a lot more use of biometrics to enable better identification of travellers, to enable more watch list checks and check on the true identities, but also offer that facilitated experience. The EU is about to launch, or probably at the end of next year, its own entry-exit system called EES, which will capture 4 fingers, the biometrics from 4 fingers on the right hand and the face. There's a lot of challenges around that operationally, and we're working with industry to understand how we can make that easier. What many are now looking at, and I'm proud to be part of some of these conversations at SITA, is the use of things called digital travel credentials. So this is an ICAO standard to capture the information from your passport, put it onto your mobile phone safely and securely, and allow you as the travellers to share that. Now, if you can share that with a country's entry-exit system, there's all sorts of possibilities, from biometric galleries that allow you to have a truly seamless experience, a facilitated, secure experience. But that also means that border officers, with their entry-exit systems, can focus on those people that need attention, whether that's high risk or whether it's vulnerable groups, or indeed those who don't want to share biometrics. So there's a lot of evolution happening around entry-exit systems. At SITA, we're proud to be part of the industry that's having these conversations and really driving towards safe, secure, facilitated experience for everybody, and enjoy the prospects of travel, tourism, and business internationally.
Thank you for that. That's really helpful. People will have heard of API and PNR. What does that mean in the entry-exit system?
Sure. So API is advanced passenger information. Really think of this as your travel document information, your passport information, plus some data about the flight or the cruise that you're on. That's sent in advance of travel, hence the information, hence the name, and is put into an entry-exit system to allow that border officer to check before you arrive, make some determination of how they should process particularly high-risk individuals or those who they believe represent harm. But it gives them that chance ahead of you actually arriving at the entry-exit point. Passenger name record, PNR, is much more rich data, tends to be used more in the intelligence gathering to identify those unknowns that potentially cause risk. Very useful for customs agencies, also for identifying things such as human trafficking, human smuggling. Again, that information is used to enrich data about who is intending to come to a border and give those officials more opportunity to process the right people in the right way.
Making us all safer and more secure.
Absolutely, that's the intent. And we should never forget the first duty of any government is to protect its citizens. And really, border officials are that first line of defense, or the last line of defense in many ways, the last line before somebody comes into the country. For us, not only is it the last line of defense, but it's the first opportunity for improvements as well, which is why industry is working to make better use of advanced information, biometrics, digital travel credentials, to, as you say, Tony, make us all safer, more secure, but giving us that easier experience across the border too.
Andy, thank you for that fantastic explanation, and I look forward to seeing you at the World Border Security Congress in Istanbul next year.
Of course, you know we'll be there, Tony. Looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.